tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. Here's Robinson. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action. It's Lawrence. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he goes out right around the 39. 5 yards on the game's first play. 2nd down. First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. That's Jawan Taylor, the right tackle.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now Lawrence to throw. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Crunch time, defense. 49 to Mike, watch 49. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Now Lawrence on 1st down. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. Well, this defense for the Bills, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. A.J. Epinesa drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Here's Zach Moss, who played high school football downstate near Miami. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Josh Allen, he says that he wants to continue to perfect executing the run-pass option. Looked pretty good there.
And he's put in the minds of all people trying to defend him that his legs create big plays. So guess who benefits?
His running back.
You no doubt about it, and we just saw it there.
And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off at the 39. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Lawrence on 3rd down. And able to find Kirk complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Now Lawrence. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. And they'll run with Etienne. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Here's Lawrence to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Well, let's see where they turn on 3rd and goal from the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Returning it, Isaiah McKenzie. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Allen going to throw. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Well, they gave themselves options there on the third down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Throwing on first down is Allen. Out to the left, he's got his tight end Knox. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Meanwhile, Allen's throw going to be caught by Davis. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now Allen. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled him with the inside run.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Allen now looks to throw. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Flush to his right. He'll have a first down past the 40. And Lawrence going to smartly hit the deck here as he is able to pick up the first down in the process. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Lawrence going to get this to Etienne. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Looking to throw again on second down. Lawrence, this complete to Jones. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. On first down, Lawrence. That is caught inside the 5. Touchdown! Good job. Travis Etienne with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Get ready.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down. But tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Now, I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So that challenge, a successful one. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And he fires one incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Allen. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Here's Allen to throw it. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Jags will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd and 10, Lawrence looking deep for Julio. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. On play action, Lawrence. Flushed out right. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. McKenzie now to return it. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. A final shot before half for Allen. Uncorks one for Davis. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with the coach and our EA Sports halftime report. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11 now. Now Allen going to give it to Moss. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off at the 45. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Yeah, he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
On second and goal, Lawrence. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. McKenzie returning it. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. On the give, this is Moss. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First down, they stay with Moss on the ground. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from his strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything, and here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
And his top speed, as computed by Next Gen Stats, not bad. He was pushing 20 miles an hour. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On the handoff, it's Moss. They find some open field here. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 74 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run with Moss. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And now they'll throw with Allen. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Jaguars force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise.
He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Bills have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Ed Oliver in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Play action. It's Lawrence. Throwing left side, it's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars! A big play there. 92 yards. And the Jaguars use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. Here's McCray now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They'll run on first down with Moss. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Allen's throw taken in by Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the 44, Allen. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. Allen now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down. Allen. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now they try the right side here. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
They'll look to run with Moss. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Zach Moss. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bills draw a bit closer. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. That one looks like he'll throw here. Out to his left. He'll air this one out for Kirk. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Oh my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I've just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Allen. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And now off to the races, down the right side.
Oh, you ain't got no feet.
And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it and do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
After the touchdown, Kirk now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off.
And got his man complete. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So with 13 on the clock, it's time for an onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the Jaguars. And that should just about do it. The fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Although a jet sweep to start the drive. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. On 2nd down, it's Robinson. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And this coaching staff, CD, I think you'd agree, pleased with this overall effort.
I think they're more than pleased, right? They've got to look at each other like, wow, we just pulled this one off in a big way. Great job of motivating, even better job of game planning. They were facing a top 10 defense, so they had to make sure that everything was buttoned down, and they had it ready to go, and their guys executed.
Yeah, they were concerned not only about moving the ball through the air, but also on the ground, but both really started to come in sync. So for the Jaguars, the win is their 5th of the year as they move to 5-8. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Bills, it's a loss that could have implications on the playoff race as they fall to 9-4. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.